This is about types of market failure. How a market failure can happen. For you guys, I can give you a mnemonic. Mnemonic means remembering the things in an easy way on exam paper. So now here you can see Pimm face, right? So Pimm face is the easy way to face is the easy way you can remember the market failure. Let me explain you how a market failure happens, how a market can become unsuccessful. As you all know, what is a market, guys? A market is driven by individuals and firms. When individuals and firms are doing their production in a market, we say as market economy. So when individuals and firms decide prices on the market, we say as price mechanism. So when they set the price and when they set the goods, what type of goods they need to produce, there's having a problem of PIM faced. So what is PIM faced actually? The first one is about public good, that's saying goods which are non-rival and non-excludable. Police, national defense. So they can't give this type of goods because they are a market. So as they are a market, they can't provide this type of product. They become unsuccessful. Then the second thing is what we say inequality, unfair distribution of resource in the market. They always see the people who are very rich, and the people who are rich they will be providing the goods in a particular manner. The people who are poor will not be able to get goods from them. So because they are charging a high price on the market, it's very hard to actually enjoy the products price on the market. Then we have monopoly, when a firm dominates the market and can set higher prices. So one firm setting a high price in the entire market, if one firm can control the entire market by setting a price, we said as monopoly. So monopoly speaks something. It's like once the price has been set, it cannot be copied by other because the product is giving one particular thing which others cannot copy. It can also say like a product like shale gas, and if it is only petroleum, one corporation in the entire country, and it is not the nationality of the country, of course this firm can take the entire market. One product to the entire market, and everyone needs that product means it is going to dominate the price. Whatever the price they are going to give, people should take. You take today the luxurious brand. You guys know Lanka tiles, right? So Lanka tiles is the only tiles which is there in our country today. Why is that? Because the government allowed only Lanka tiles, which is Sri Lankan production, or maybe domestic producers can produce, but there's no one who can beat Lanka tiles because Lanka tiles is made by the guy who is number one rich in Sri Lanka. So the guy who is number one rich in Sri Lanka is producing Lanka tiles, and his only products has to be sold in every tile shop. So it's a monopoly market. You like it or not, you need to pay a price for it and get it. It's a government support. So government is supporting that particular person. Then we can't help anyone else to compete with him. Then we have merit goods. People underestimate the benefit of good. I mean, for example, when I say for my student, study, your future will be good. Study, you can earn a lot of things. Study. Then they ask me, sir, I'm saying this much to study, study. What have you done in your life? Have you achieved a lot? I say, I have achieved a lot. I have earned a lot. I have gained a lot. But I don't want to show off to people because when you gain something because of education, trust me, there were billionaires years back. There were millions years back who didn't get educated, but they got educated on the relevant field. Like Thomas Alva Edison got educated on producing that bulb. He educated for almost 20 years. The guy who made the KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, he educated almost 30 years serving in the same industry as a baker. So people who are on the industry, they get educated. Without education, today you can't become the world's richest person. Today Warren Buffett, world's educated person, has an MBA. The third world's richest person is having an MBA. He's having a BSc. He was in 1980s itself. He completed all his studies because he want to know about the market. He learned a lot. For day he read two entire books so for him to get a good knowledge on what he is actually learning. You take Elon Musk, the guy, he's also learning a lot of things because education is something which people can uplift their career. But market failure happens because children consider PUBG is something important, or maybe Free Fire is important than the education which is today. They are on the market, and Sri Lanka is the only market which provides education at that cheap. That's the reason we get a lot of students from abroad than the students in Sri Lanka because they don't understand the value of education. Many students. So then we have the next part, factor immobility, geographical unemployment, where people find it difficult to move to areas of jobs. So what is factor immobility says that people feel it like if they can't move from one particular place to another particular place, they think that the cost is very high because they don't know about the information properly. So they think that when they leave the family, what would happen to the family? So much of family ties are there with them. So when they consider all these things, they will not move from one particular area to another. making immobility a bit stronger. Agriculture, volatile prices, fluctuating weather, and externalities. So the prices are not stable; it goes up and down, and sometimes it goes down. People will feel, devastated. People will feel a bit upset, and they will not produce agriculture. That will pull the economy down, and bad weather condition will bring less harvest and high demand for agriculture. So people will demand the rice at less cost, but the agriculture people cannot provide it because that is high cost. So that will also be a market failure. Cyclical instability, as I said, the country is going through some sort of recession or experience inflationary boom. So when they go down, the economy goes down on pathetic point. Like you would have learned this type of chart. I don't know in your A levels for your knowledge. I am teaching you. Learn some chart like this. Okay. I don't know. Did you all learn like this chart? This area we said as recession.
Yeah, sir.
This is what we say as economic cycle. So when your economy is falling down, this falling point is one of the instability of a country, because when you are falling down, you can't set good prices and inflation will happen. Today Sri Lanka is under recession and depression. Depression means here. What is depression? We can't pay the loan. And do you know that Sri Lanka's entire earnings, now Sri Lanka earns money, right? So their entire earnings only goes to pay its. That's the reason they can't construct a highway, they can't construct a road, they don't have money in their reserves. I don't know what happened to the money. We move on to the next part of cyclical instability. When the macro economy is falling down, when the economy is going down through a sloping phase, what happens? The inflation, the price of the products can go very high. You take the price of the product today, bread price is increasing. Today, every product like the sugar went up. All of a sudden, the donut prices was 40, it went to 60. Now, after sugar went up, down, still the donuts price are high. Why is that? Our economy is not ready to accept the price reduction than the price increment. So these people are taking a overcharge. Come on, that's how the cost of what do you say, the three wheel also went up. The fuel prices increased actually, and then it got decreased. It went for 230 and it decreased to 130. But the people who increased the three wheel charges for 230, considering 60 rupees per meter, but when it came to 150, they didn't reduce. They still said that 60 rupees is the thing, because not only their fuel charges went down, it affected the entire society's prices was increased at one time. So cyclical instability increases the level of inflation. Money value of money will decrease because of that. Market failures can take place. Externalities, when consume or producing a good cause a cost benefit to third party. So you might see that a cost is happening for a third party. It becomes a negative externality. Negative externality will always be a thing which will bring a lot of difficulties to the environment, which we spoke very detailed. Demerit good people underestimate the cost of a good smoking. They don't worry about it. They just smoke. They just puff on roads. Children are going around the road. They don't worry about it. They just play with alcohol. They don't worry about what others are seeing. Negative influences. Children are seeing that some kids get addicted because their parents are addicted to smokes. So what they do is they see their parents and they think it has a morale, like their father is such a good person in society. At night he used to drink alcohol, so he thinks like my father is a good man in the society, but he is also having a good time. I should be like my father. As the children see their parents as a first role model, the parents should always give a good what to say, a preference. A good way of attitude and behavior should be taught for their kids. Then we move on. So Pimm phase is the market failures which we spoke. P, public good, inequality, monopoly, merit good, factor immobility, agriculture, cyclical instability, externalities, and demerit good.